So today I was out for like a mini run with my daughter because I was supposed to be at class and ended up sleeping almost 12 hours last night because I was sick as heck. I thought I was sick. I was pretty sure I was sick. And it was a 3-day class and I couldn't attend the last day because I didn't want to walk into a hospital with whatever it was that I had, and I wanted to get over it real fast, so I'm pumping homeopathic stuff in me. So I took our oldest out and we were out running. We started talking about Tom Fleming. And we talked about sneakers first. And I said to her, I said, well, if you had met Tom Fleming, I said to my oldest, who's now 14 and a half, be 15 in October. And I said to her, you met him in 2006, and so did your sister. But you guys wouldn't remember because you weren't quite 4 and 2 years old back then. I said, but you know, this is how you sell a sneaker. You'd walk into Tom's store, into Tom Fleming's running room store, and he would fit you, okay? And if you didn't know where you were going, like you didn't know anything about sneakers, he would sell you what he thought you needed. And he wouldn't oversell you. He did not do that. He'd say, what do you need? Let's look at your feet. Let's measure them. Or you'd come in and you'd want to buy, I remember this so clearly, you'd want to buy the Spenco, the inserts. And Tom would say, yeah, they're pretty good, but where do you want them? You know, like, what are you going to be, you know? Who told you to get them? There we go. Who told you to get them? And if it made sense and it was like a track coach or a football coach or somebody, you know, or a doctor who knew Tom, and then the person would explain, and Tom would let you explain, all right? He didn't try to oversell you. And this discussion about not overselling in Tom Fleming came about because I said to my daughter, well, today I think my left foot is 92% better. And then she asked, well, you know, how did it happen? I said, it was a shoe problem. I said, somebody tried to oversell me after your dad tried to oversell me on the Hokas. I can't wear a Hoka because there's too much meat on it. I need to feel the ground. So I switched, because they were on sale, I figured I'll humor my husband, I'll buy the Hokas. Well, I did, and I should know better. I'm an old-time runner, okay? I'm going into my 5th decade of running. I mean, I should know better. So I wore them, and it screwed up my running for the last 5 weeks. It was horrible. And the reason why it screwed up my running for the last 5 weeks is because I wore them for 7 months, but it made me lazy. So it didn't remind me that I had a foot problem since the day I was born, okay? Or I had a leg problem since the day I was born with my left side. And so it took away, it lifted it up too much, gave me too much meat. And it took me about 2 weeks to get used to them, but I wore them for 1,500 miles, okay? And I got done wearing them, and I was fine. But I said, I really need a new pair. So I went to a local running shop. I'm not going to tell anybody what it was. I'm probably not going to go back there again. And there was a young man in there who was young. He was probably 28 to 31 years old. And he thought he knew better. And I looked at him. He wanted to put me on the treadmill. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I said, I know exactly what I want. I said, I see you don't have Nike or Adidas in here. That's usually what I go by. And they didn't have any Hokas. I don't think they had Hokas. But I didn't really want to go after the Hoka. I wanted to go back to my old running shoe. Get back to my regular stuff. Well, the only thing he had close to what I wanted in a Nike or an Adidas, kind of, sort of, was Saucony. But he wanted to oversell me. He wanted to sell me the pair that was $129.99. The Jody doesn't spend more than $90 on a pair of running shoes. Just my feelings, okay? I do enough exercise. I know enough about running. I'm running still a good amount, not a lot. Compared to other people, it's that people think I run a lot, but I really don't, because I'm fighting more now than I'm running, by big time. So the guy's trying to sell, and then I asked him, well, do you know who Tom Fleming is? Because Tom Fleming was still alive at this point. This is going back 2 months ago. And the kid says, oh yeah, and I wanted to see if I could coach underneath him. And Tom wouldn't let me. I said, well, you can understand his position. He's responsible for these people. He's been hired by these people. And it wasn't like he didn't want to share his wealth of knowledge. It was that he knows what he knows for a reason. Because he's been around a long time doing this. And you got to have respect for what he's accomplished. So I said to the young man. The young man kind of sort of didn't get it. And I said, listen, I get it. Not just because I knew Tom Fleming, since the end of 1988. Actually, I met him in March of 88, but the end of 1988 is when he started coaching me. I said, he wouldn't tell you that it was okay for you to hang around, you know, but he wouldn't tell you that because he wasn't responsible for the hiring. That's number one. I'm sure it was that. And he didn't want to mislead you. But also he knows what he knows, and he knows what he wants to do, and he doesn't want somebody whispering in his ear. And no coach wants it. And it doesn't mean they're egotistical. It doesn't mean that they feel insecure. Not being, especially Tom Fleming, not with that. Not ever. Okay? So here's this kid thinking he's like better than guys like Tom Fleming, all right? And he oversold me shoes. I only bought the $90 pair. It was $89.99. But they further destroyed my foot, in a sense. And I went to Kohl's, and I found a pair of the Pegasus that Tom Fleming used to sell. Or one of the ones, it was very similar to the ones they used to sell. I got it for like $49.99, all right? But I had to go back and wear a pair that I hadn't worn in 3 years, that I had kept. I had gotten them for free at a running store in Mawa, because they were doing an expo. And I got a free pair of Brooks. And along with my working on my body and picking marbles up with my toes and doing that, I've now recovered and been able to maintain my running slightly. I mean, I'll get better. But that was the thing about Tom Fleming, was he didn't oversell you at all. You came in for something, and you either left with what you asked for or something better. And that's really a good salesperson. That's somebody that knows their business. And Tom knew that business. He really did. I'm sure of it. I know it. So, that's what I have to say about that. So, if any of you up-and-comers want to open up a running store, if there's some kind of Tom Fleming running analog that you have to go check out, do so. Because he did know how to sell running shoes. Have a great day. Stay safe and be well.